Hi there, how are you? I hope you are well. Do you have tact? Do you know what it is or what it means to show up or to communicate or to relate with people with tact? Many of us are dying slowly and we have lost a lot of friendships and relationships and meaningful things in our lives because we lack the use of the word tact. That's what I'm going to be sharing with you. But before I start, take a moment and click the link to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and click the notification button so that you are notified every time I drop a video. I'm looking forward to chatting with you very soon about this word tact. See you shortly. Welcome back. First thing I would like to do is to define the word tact. Now, just quickly read the dictionary meaning. Tact is a keen interest of what to say or do to avoid giving offense. It is a skill in dealing with difficult or delicate situations. And finally, it is a keen sense of what is appropriate, tasteful, and aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so how do you use that? Sometimes it is referred to as being diplomatic. It is not telling a lie. Some people think that, being tactful or being diplomatic is twisting a truth or telling a lie. That's far from it. There are 6 cues, 6 questions to ask in communication. To effectively communicate, you must know why you're communicating. That's the first question. You must know who you want to communicate with. That's the second. You must know what you want to communicate. That's the next question. You must know how you want to communicate. You must know when you want to communicate, because there is a time for everything. You must also know where you want to communicate, because there is a place for everything. And the ability to join all these cues together, these questions, and think through them would help you become more tactful in the way you communicate. There is an adage that I always talk about, and it's one of the most meaningful Nigerian adages. And the adage is, no be as boy it is crash person, now it is crasher. If you crash her anyhow, you wound. It means that you do not respond to things with the gravity with which they present themselves. Otherwise, you would gravely hurt yourself. Many times when we have confrontations with people, or we find ourselves in difficult situations where we don't quite know how to tell it and we don't quite know how to do it, we may have to learn the art and the skill of communication. We may need to learn how to communicate to a particular people, to a particular person, so that we are not just heard, but so that we hear, because it's a two-way street. And one of the things that I have observed in my journey of being a communication coach is that when we are faced with difficult situations and we find it challenging to express how we feel, the best way to come out with it is being braggadocious, is being arrogant, and is just being flippant. Tactless. We just tell it like it is. I don't talk like we say in Nigeria. Just let it out there. But you don't just let things out there. You should also weigh the consequences of the things you let out there. Being confident and being courageous is not an absence of tact. You need to be tactful to show up confidently. You need to be tactful to show up courageously. Tact is the ability to think out a potential consequence of your choice and choosing appropriately. It's the ability to think through your thoughts. That is what differentiates adults from children, because children don't quite think through their thoughts. They think and speak. The thought drops, and as soon as the thought drops, their mouths tell. But tact is the ability to, as soon as a thought drops, you catch it, you think about it, make a choice from it, having thought about the potential outcome before you speak. And someone will be saying, now, who has that time? What if you find yourself in a situation where you have to speak immediately? The brain is the most powerful organs in the body. The brain can process much faster than you think. There are many things that happen in split seconds, in semi-seconds, that if you just paused and thought through it, you could have made a much better and a much mutually beneficial decision. You want to think about how to communicate in a manner that the person would understand in their language. Sometimes the way women think and process information is different from the way men think and process information. So as a woman, you have to learn to think like a man before you talk. As a man, you have to learn to think like a woman without you talk. Now, without biases, without particularly biases that pretty much don't tell of the true position of the person, but are actually assumptions based on experiences that you have either had or that you have been told by other people. When you have an assumption, one of the best things to do, or the most important thing you want to consider doing, is to kiva. I call it kiva. It means question, investigate or interpret, verify before you affirm. It's not going to be an easy journey immediately. That is, the process is actually the ability to tame your emotions and train them to respond to you promptly. When you have experienced a lot of tactlessness, or you have been part of a lot of tactlessness, it's going to take intentional repositioning to bring you to that place of thinking through your thoughts. And you have to be able to call yourself to order. When you do that consistently, you would be amazed at how well you can train your mind. Your mind can be trained. If you're not training it, something else is training it. So the flippant words and the flippant behavior that we show sometimes is an experience of something else programming our minds. And that is what we know. We can know differently and we can know better if we now make the effort to reprogram our minds by training it, by studying, by engaging it. It's when you engage and fail, you get feedback, you find out that, okay, I failed. There's something else I can do. But the entire process would require that we learn. Always think of the most optimal goal, what will be beneficial to everyone else and not just us. So you want to think about your partner in marriage, your partner in a relationship, your colleague at work, your boss, your friends, your family members. You want to think about everyone. And do not think that, oh, why am I the one that has to do it? It's something that everyone must do. And sometimes some people have more awareness than others. So you have to lovingly shine the light for them to see. Sometimes when you shine the light, you say, oh, you're blinding me, get it off my face. Get it off. Wait some other time, probably want to dim the light a little, then shine it again. Gradually, the person will get used to the light. Also, not just when you are telling it, but you're also doing it. It's a process, because many times, most and generally, we're showing up with behaviors that have become, it's a behavior, it's already a habit. So it's 5 and 6 with us. It's normal. It just comes naturally. To change a behavior, you have to now intentionally engage with that thing that you want to change to. It's going to be painful sometimes. It's definitely not an easy journey, particularly if you are one that has been cast in stone. You have to break the stone and remold, but it is definitely achievable. If the way you are talking and the way you're showing up is messing up relationships, you want to quit judging everyone else and thinking everyone else hates you or are acting towards you in a particular way, and you want to ask, what can I do differently? And ask, this is when I want to talk. I go scratch this boy near, be I know scratch in here. I won't wound. If I don't want wound, do it to me at talk, right? So we don't get into our futures and wished that there were things in our past that if we knew better, we could have done better. So in the now, the first thing is to cast your mind to a future, to cast your mind to a goal that you want to achieve in friendships, relationships, job, marriage, life, with children, everywhere you are, and ask, what is that kind of outcome I want? Based on the outcome that I want, what do I need to do now? As we go along through life's journey, it's now up to us to be more aware of the kind of environments that are breathing into us. Are they breathing into us tactlessness, or are they teaching us how to be wise with our words, how to build stronger connections with our words as leaders, as members of a team, as everything that you are? So think about it. I'm looking forward to the next topic I'll discuss with you. But hey, do you find my topics interesting? Do you think there is something that you'd like me to talk about? Drop your comments below, share your perspectives about what I talk about. Hey, nothing is cast in stone. We know today and we progressively know. I could come learn more about tact tomorrow, and then you could also know more about tact. Hey, drop it in the comment section. I definitely would respond to it. And hey, looking forward to hearing from you. Have a fantastic day. And remember, like I always say, no matter what comes or goes, no matter what gives in or doesn't, you never give up until you win. And even if you don't win, it's okay. Just ensure by all means that you finish strong. I am StephREDD, your identity, self-re-engineering and communication coach, and I'm wishing you a fantastic day. Bye.